What up, Nelly?
What up, champ? How you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
The Two Faces for Radio Zoom Room.
I had a doctor's appointment like an hour ago, and he was like, "What are you doing later?" I was like, just interviewing Nelly. And he's like, "Nelly, the Nelly?" I was like, "Yeah, the Nelly." I was like, what's up?
Tell Doc I said what's happening.
Will do. So how you been recently?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
Not too bad. We were talking earlier about just COVID and how down it gets everybody pretty much, and we want to know what's like the best thing like in the past year that's happened to you. What's one good thing?
I mean, I didn't die from COVID. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we all need to be thankful for right about now. If we're still here, we've lost over, what is it now, about 500,000 people?
Yeah.
Almost to it, or even more. I think those numbers are around that area, but be thankful that you're here and the people that you love, and send your blessings out to the people who've lost people during COVID and things like that. So I think that's the best thing, man, is that we're still here to talk about it, and we get a chance to kind of move on and hopefully turn this somehow into a positive.
For sure.
Absolutely. 100%. I did want to kind of get into Dancing with the Stars, just kind of jump into something, because obviously you were doing that later in 2020. Walk me through that process. Like, what made you really decide to jump into that?
You know what? I think it's one of those situations where I may not have been able to really do it if it wasn't for COVID. It's so challenging, definitely with the time schedule and things like that, because I needed all my rehearsal time. So I needed every minute of the day, to try to get myself in shape, if you want to say. But I mean, it was cool, man. I think it was something that my big mouth kind of got me into, talking about how I think I could do whatever, and I could do this and I could do that. But I think it's one of those situations.
Yeah, I mean,
did it go better than you thought?
What'd you say?
I mean, I said you finished third, so obviously you can.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully my fans showed up for me. So, they showed up and they voted. They kept your boy in the hunt. So it was cool.
Yeah.
A big conversation Jackson and I've been having, like, did you get to meet Carol Baskin? Like, what was that whole interaction like, if you did?
Yeah, she was cool, man. I mean, she was nice, super nice. Some might say a little too nice.
A little too nice.
But I mean, no, man, she was sweet. I mean, all we know is what we know. So I mean, yeah, I did meet her. I did meet her. You know what I mean? Like, and she was cool. I know she worked hard. I know she enjoyed being there. But
Well, cool. That's awesome. So I had a question too about just Florida Georgia line, because I think I was trying to think of examples, because I'm from Ball State, so I had like a good hour drive to where I am now. So a lot of time to think. I was trying to think of artists that have collabed more than once, and I can't really. So what made you go back to Florida Georgia line and do another one?
I just, it's just one of those things where you have good chemistry. It's like me working with Pharrell again, you know what I mean? And working with Kelly a couple times. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody who you collab with and you crank out a number one and y'all don't collaborate again.
Yeah, and do it again. Like,
yeah, I mean, but we have good chemistry, man. We genuinely like family. I love those guys. Shout out to BK and Tyler. And it's one of those situations to where, I mean, we generally understand each other's vibe. I think we get it. And, we have fun, man. And luckily for us, it translates through the music.
Awesome. How'd that relationship start back with Cruz?
It was one of those situations where the label that I was with, Universal Republic at the time, my man Monty, who runs Republic, he called me and he was just like, yo, I kind of got this idea. Have you ever heard of the song called Cruise? And I was like, yeah, the country record. Yeah, it's dope. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, well, they were thinking about trying to, flip it over and, cross some boundaries with it. And I was like, okay, well, let me listen and see, what I could come up with.
Yeah.
Right.
And I heard it, and we talked about doing a few things to it, and this and that and this and that, and voila, so to speak, it worked.
That's awesome.
So once you got back together with him for a second time, I mean, obviously Cruise was insane. I think the whole world had that as their ringtone, right? Was there any sort of pressure to create something even better, like a little bit, or do you feel like, let's just create a song and see what it does?
No, I don't think I learned a long time ago. You don't try to compete with your own self. You never try to compete with records that you've made that have been extremely successful. You don't go into that thinking I'm trying to beat this record, I'm trying to beat that record. I think you go into it with like, I hope we can capture the same energy. And the chips gonna fall where they may. I mean, because you never know. It's a lot of things that have to go into getting a song to number one. You never know. You mess around and catch some where Beyonce puts out something at the same time you catch. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
Back in the day in the 80s, Lionel Richie got some number ones off, but only probably because Michael Jackson didn't put out anything. You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure I did the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that I may have been ahead of a few artists at a certain time because of what I was doing at that time, where had I not been out, that song might have been number one. So, I think it's a lot of things that play into it. Not saying that Cruise wasn't a song that probably wouldn't have been number one regardless, but I also am not naive about understanding that a lot of things play into it.
Awesome. Are y'all thinking of doing like a music video for it?
Yeah. We definitely are, man. I mean, like we talked about earlier, COVID is, it's one of those situations to where I know the boys were going through a lot of things medically. My man Tyler, is rehabilitating, and he got 3 beautiful children, and BK has his family and things like that. And as much as we love this song and this music, there's nothing more important, not to them or to me for them, than making sure that we're doing everything possible as far as protecting them from it. And especially when we released it, we did, there weren't any vaccines at the time. We still was unsure about a lot of stuff, and but unfortunate for us, when we put the song out, it kind of just shot up.
Also true.
We caught a great bullet, and it kind of started moving a little bit faster than we expected. Hopefully we were trying to pan that thing out a little bit and warm it up, and it didn't need any warm up. So
Yeah.
So sorry. We're so sorry for that.
The video. No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I'll take that problem.
Yeah, for real. But
so where did this whole country inspiration come from? I mean, even like your album Country Grammar, that's got like country origin, and sounds like you're trying to make a new EP that kind of has that whole country feel to it as well. So like, where did this start for you?
Yeah, well, the new project is called the Heartland Project, and out of my respect and the love that I have for country music and for the artists that genuinely live a country life, I don't call this album a country album. I call it country inspired. You know what I mean? I definitely understand Nelly's not going to wake up one day and then decide he's going to make a country album. No more than Garth Brooks is going to wake up and decide he wants to do a hip hop album.
Right.
Or Tim McGraw, just because we did Over and Over. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
Hip hop album. No, but what we can do is show our appreciation and show our love for things that have influenced us. And that's what this project is me showing my love for the influence that country music has bestowed upon me. And my love just comes, I'm from the Midwest, as you boys know. So country music is huge up and down the Midwest, way down to the South, and, even far West and things to that nature. And this is just, a project that I thought that in a way, I feel like I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm obligated to do, considering, I have had such success as Over and Over back in 2004. We talked about the cruise, and, I feel like music has allowed me to, be at the dinner. I don't have to sit at the table, but they've allowed me to be in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
And I cherish that appreciation. So that's what I call this project, Country Inspired. And I'm just bringing some country club bangers. You know what I mean? So
there you go.
How far along on the country? Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, how far along are you on the EP?
We're pretty much wrapped up, man. We're wrapping it up. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be like 6 or 7 songs.
Nice.
I'm not ready to let out who's all on it yet, but we're moving at a nice pace, man. And I think everybody's going to be real pleased with it. I think a little bit is just the beginning, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, if it's anything like a little bit, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be something we're all gonna listen to.
Yeah, we riding.
We riding.
So I got one more question before we head out, and that's basically why is now the time for you? Because I mean, obviously you haven't released something for a very long time. So why is 2021 your year?
You know what? I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason. I think this project is something that I've had conceptually now for about over 10 years.
Oh wow.
Well, I can't say exactly 10 years. I'll probably say right around when Cruise came out or close to it. So probably around 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But it's one of those situations to where I've always thought about it, but I just think the time is now as well. I mean, we're at a time, I feel like, in our country where, I mean, we can use a little coming together, so to speak. We can use a little being relatable. We all can look at each other and find something in common. And I'm hoping that I can do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping this project could be like, yo, you know what? At the end of the day, we all have to fight certain things together, whether it be COVID, just life in general, and wanting to do better for the people that we love. And, hopefully this project can spur that.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us for this time.
Nah, man, no problem, champ. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. It was awesome to get to know you, and good luck with your new EP.
Thanks, man.